Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is Jason with your hopium-free crypto channel. Remember to like the video up, I say that straight up, subscribe, bell notification icon, talk about that a little bit more in the video. I mean, I'll mention it a few more times. I'm probably not looking the best. Need to get a little bit more sleep, but you know, this is life at the moment, especially with the markets. Wow. Okay, so Bitcoin is now down to the 40K. I honestly was not expecting it to go this far this quickly, but you know, if you guys have been following, you know I've been talking about around that 39K region as a quick, well, as an area that we should hit as a nice healthy correction. I've been doing more research, that's what I do in the mornings. I look at my charts, I take some notes, then start to formulate an idea of what I think is happening next, and then I'll make a video on that. So I was about to film, and I thought, let me just go and check the Bitcoin chart again and see what's going on with the price. And yeah, I see it falling, getting closer to the 30K region. So we've just seen a hit of 40,500 as the low, and we're only a few bucks off, a few $100s off that at the moment. So I'm following the Binance chart here it's one of the highest volume charts. So just to give you guys some time to flow on in, say hi. What I'll do is go through what I was planning to do in the video with you guys live, and then do some Q&A after that as well. So apologies about the voice or coughing and that sort of stuff. The weather has just changed here from nice 27-degree days down to Monday we had like a 9-degree night. And I reckon that sort of caught up with me, lack of sleep, still training. Okay, you know, so putting a lot of energy out there, but you guys aren't here to listen about my life. We're going to look at the charts and what I had there. So I'm just going to open the screen up on my other laptop so I can see your comments that come in. I know you guys get a little bit triggered if I'm not answering back to the super chats, which I could understand. You're putting some money and your time into it as well. So just make sure you like that, and we'll have a look at some of the cryptos. All right, let's see what's going on first. Bitcoin under another fib level. It's rough out here. Yeah, it is, Guy. Altcoin season. You know, that's what I've got here as well. So just bringing into the mix what I'm going to talk about today is there are now alts which are moving. We've seen Matic a lot. Solana, you know, we've talked about that. You can go back and just check the thumbnails of how far back we've been looking at Solana. It was somewhere in the $20 region, and I remember ages ago thinking this should be all right. I didn't get in. You know, that's the way it flows, right? But Solana, I think a lot of those will still do quite well, even if Bitcoin and Ethereum come down in price. The big one I wanted to look at, which is what I've got the title in the video, make sure I don't forget what I'm talking about here. Bitcoin, I've got top altcoins for crypto summer. So summer for the Northern Hemisphere. Bitcoin and crypto bear market signs to watch. The major ones here, so stick around for that, I will talk about that, is in the Ethereum chart. The timeframes just look like we are probably hit a peak and we've got some time to rest and recover. When I see that, it's like the feeling in the gut is I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. Nothing is 100%. You can never say this is exactly what's going to happen at exactly this time. But the feeling in the gut is I've seen it enough times to say that, yes, I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. I don't want to believe it. That's the feeling, the sinking feeling in the gut. I'm sure you guys have experienced that in other areas of your life as well. Whether it's not trading, it's something else. And you know that feeling. If you go against that feeling, you usually get slammed. So I can't like sit there and just say it's all going to be fine. It's all going to be great. That's the feeling because of what I'm seeing on the chart. So it's what I'm seeing first. And then you go, oh, that's a realization, as opposed to, yeah, I'm just going to trade off feeling, you know, that doesn't work. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in terms of the numbers and the time frames in particular. So just checking out your comments at the moment. I like a good saying from George at Cryptos Are Us. The bigger they are, the longer I'll see them, or something like that. So, you know, however long you put the super chat up for, that's how long it'll stay up there so I can see those. Going to keep dropping. I wait for Jason. Thanks, Fresh Tuna. We need answers. We all need answers. 500 online. Thank you, guys. I know you're liking up the stream. Ronan, Elon Musk and SpaceX can back a new digital asset such as Doge for going into space. Why can't Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin do the same with SafeMoon? Because I think someone answered that it's a scam. It's an elaborate Ponzi scheme, a very elaborate Ponzi scheme. Falling down. Hold those people responsible. 10K in this cycle. Look, I still think it will. I still think there's a possibility. And this day has only just started. We're a couple of hours into the new day now. So Bitcoin has got a current bottom of 40,500. We're about 2.5 hours into the new day. Yesterday, I had a Bitcoin video that I released in the early hours of the morning here. And I was looking for a little bounce because we have seen a lot of volume come into the market. We have not got that bounce. So we are potentially going further down faster than what we were hoping for, which is fine. Maybe we just do a quick clean out and we bounce back. That's what happened during like COVID crash and things like that. The stream is lagging. All right. Are you guys seeing that? Is it lagging? I might have to change hotspots. You guys let me know in the comments and I'll keep going. Who let the Doge out? Lagging bad. All right. I'm fixing that up right now. Here it is. Cool. No lag. Okay, so it's a bit of both, but that's all right. I'll just make sure I've got that looking safe. I'm going to switch. Deck. Good connection. It's fine. All good. All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I'm off the stream now, but at least it's still recording. Good connection. I'm going to hit refresh. Maybe I'll have to go in and out. Maybe you guys won't see it. All right. I think this is all going good. We're back. We can still see you. Good. I think we're back on. Excellent. Mic muted. We are good to go. All right. Let's have a look at some of these charts. You guys will see it come up in a sec. No worries. Share screen. Let's do it. See that? We're going down hard and fast. I'll give you guys a second just to catch up. Better now. Thank you. Excellent. Good stuff. So we are looking at Bitcoin. Remember this from a few weeks ago now a month ago. We had the fall out of the high. We had that video on the 18th of April, just recapping where we come from and to give an idea of where we are now. And then we had 11 straight days down. That was the day that the sentiment changed. The market sentiment changed on the 18th of April. So I'll remove that. Just keep a little arrow there so we got that in mind. Now, we have had several days down again. We're now at our 9th day, but we had a small up day here because we got a higher high. And we also had a small up day at the beginning here. We had an inside, then an outside, but we had a higher high than the previous day. So we're not in the same predicament as we were back in April, but we are basically still quite bearish on this at this point in time because there's been multiple days down, but at least this time we have had a couple of bounces within the trend. So a couple of days that have moved us out. The low still at 40,500, which gives us a good bounce level into this region. I want to see a turnaround, but personally, I'm not planning to catch the absolute bottom, and I'm happy now as a place to add fresh money to Bitcoin. And even if it's not fresh money, now I'm looking at consolidating some of the other projects to looking at consolidating the other projects into Bitcoin, because we've seen some projects run up a hell of a lot and they've got big Bitcoin gains against them. So if the market was to fall over, which coins do you want to be in? You've got to ask yourself that. Which coins? Do you want to be sitting in your altcoins, just letting them bleed out? Or do you want to be sitting in Bitcoin waiting for the next move, the next rise in Bitcoin? I see that this is the correction that I've been waiting for. This is definitely the correction that I've been waiting for now. These were not the corrections that I was waiting for. Not this one here, not this one here, not this little one in here, not this thing in here, which everyone talked about, not the first one. It was close, but we had that little weak bounce out of there, and then we got a lower swing top. Early on in the stream, guys, early on in the stream, I've got to make mention of this because this is part of a breakdown in the trend. Let's get back to Bitcoin. So what I'm doing here is giving you an idea, a background of market sections where we are, and then I'll get into some of the other cryptos, okay? So this is just how I do my research and check the charts of the daily. So going back to 2017, we saw a couple of times where the weekly swing. So if you don't know what swings are, that's going to be a bit of a tricky part for you guys as well. Listen, Victor. Should we sell now? I'm going through that right now. It's not just a matter of do it now or not. So keep your pants on. If you're going to be in this long term, you got to understand what the hell's going on. You got to learn a little bit. If you're here just to take tips off someone off the internet, you're on the wrong channel. So make that correction now for you guys. Go for gold. Manipulation, how bull manipulate the market? No, that's garbage. Can you do a video about how bull manipulate the market? No. So if you start going down the path of how certain people manipulate, maybe you're not having a go at it either, you just want to understand it. We look at Wyckoff theory to learn how the bulls or the bears or the smart money, whoever, manipulate the market. But if you can see what's going on, then you don't have to worry about calling someone a manipulator and it's all the whale's fault and it's this person's fault, etc. Like you can just start to release all of that, I guess, emotional baggage that you hold because you're not winning and someone else is winning. Read the book that I've got that I talk about often, Trading in the Shadows of the Smart Money. There is a link to that in the description down below. It talks about how the whales move the money around. And if you can see what's going on in the chart, then you're going to do a hell of a lot better as well. And you can sleep easier at night. Make sure to hit the like button if you guys are on here and join the newsletter and the Investor Accelerator if you want to learn more about this stuff, because this is what we're getting into right now. We're now at 41,100. Going back to 2017, a swing that'll help you to understand what a swing is, the Investor Accelerator. We saw a breakdown of the swing. We saw another breakdown of the swing, and the market quickly reversed high volume. I'm not saying it has to happen exactly the same, but swings always occur, and they always show you some sort of breakdown in terms of whether the market is now changing direction. And if the swing happens to recover, like we saw both of these times here, massive quick recovery, then you know that it was a fake out and it was there to shake out weak hands, catch all of the weakness, and then start to move up again. But when you get to the end of the market, and we had a very, very fast and sharp, hard correction straight out of the top, then we tried to climb back. So it's kind of similar feeling to what has happened now. We didn't have a fast drop. I mean, I guess we did around the 18th through to the 25th of April. And then the market tried to claw its way back, couldn't get there, and now we've had the breakdown from that point. This is part of the similar setup to what we're seeing now. Okay, so this was a break of the weekly low just here at 11,000. In this case, the market crashed about 42% in a week. So that was very, very quick, very, very quick. And then the weekly swing broke down. That was a major sign to the end of the bull market. It couldn't recover and it hit that as a resistance. So I'm saying this now early on in the stream. How long are we in? 15 minutes in. 15 minutes. This is one of the signs. Not saying that it is the end, okay? Keep that in mind. This is one of the signs that showed up last time as well. Part of the swings. The swings are breaking the market down. I've showed you here how they can break down and then what you need to see next in order for this to recover and get back in the market. The idea is that you're not trying to catch the bottom, catch the top. You're trying to understand what the direction of the market, what direction the market is in now. And that's what I'm seeing here and here. You can tell the market was it was way too high. We were just running straight up. I'll take that off log so you can see. It looks very similar to what we're seeing now. Market crashed down through these swing lows and then it recovered quickly. So if we see we have seen a crash down. If we don't see a quick recovery from this in the next couple of weeks, at least start to hold above the previous close levels to show that the market is actually bullish, then I suspect we're probably more in this region here, looking like an end rather than a mid-cycle scare. So I can't say definitively yet, but I can say there is definitely a sign of weakness, and we can see what we got some ideas of what can come next and how we can play the game. All right, so that's what it's about. The whales don't look at the market the way the new investors do and say, you were wrong, you said it was going to go down, you were wrong, it went up instead, blah, blah, blah. Whales don't give a shit. They don't talk like that. All right, that's just the mindset of the small money. Apologies if the stream is lagging. My very sincere apologies. So that's what I wanted to mention first up, because as I've talked about in the title, bear market signs, that is definitely a major, major sign at the end of a market, which we've looked at here as well, what we can look at for it to recover. So coming back to present day, we have seen the breakdown. Let me get rid of all of this. That there at the low of 47K, excuse me. And then we also broke the second swing low here at 43K. So we've now broken 2 weekly swing lows in this move. This is probably our last saving grace at 28K. And if you were playing it by the rules, this would be sell out of whatever Bitcoin position you're in. And then you would wait for a sign that the market is going back up. So that's exactly how to play this on the weekly chart. All right. That is a completion of that entire section. So if you're looking for more answers, I don't have any more answers for you. That is how the plan works. We're in during the accumulation stage. We keep riding this market up, tracking behind the swings, the next swing. And that was the first break right here. We saw the first break at $50,000. That is how to get out near the top. You're not going to pick the top. That's the entire completion of the plan done. All right. There it is. You missed the top by 23%. That's okay. But the entries were easily, we had a couple of entries through here at 7.5K, another entry at 10K, another entry at 11K, another entry at 12.5K, another entry at 20K. Then you can keep riding this up as well, but you put less and less money in as we continue to ride higher, because eventually this falls over. So that is, in terms of this plan, that is it. Then you just wait for another sign to say, are we getting back in? You won't, normally you're not going to get back in lower than these prices according to this plan, but that's what happens with trading. And I'll come over to your questions in just a sec. I can see a few of them going on here. So let me get a box out so you can see what I'm talking about here. If we're looking at entries right here, damn it, let me use a different chart. It doesn't have as much drawn on it. Here we go, box. And we're entering through here, entering here, entering here, entering there, exit there. That is what trading looks like right there. You didn't get the exact bottom. You could have. I mean, you could have went pretty hard, got in around $5,400. Yeah, $5,400. But I'll take it easy. I'll take it safe. I'll just take these areas here at around 7K. And now there's a signal to say, get out. 50K, get out. Wait for a re-entry. Then the next one might come above these highs. If we continue up in another stage of this bull market, if we continue up, another box, and I'll just shoot that into infinity, wherever that ends up, higher up. But you might miss out on this. And that's why some people prefer hodling, right? We might see, where's my next tool? Just there. We might see this come down and move around here. Like I'm just making stuff up at the moment, just drawing. And then we get a signal. There might even be a signal here. You just don't know. It might even be a signal up there again. And so then you enter, and sure, you've missed out on that section there, but maybe there was a signal to get in earlier. You don't know. This is what trading's about. And so taking that chunk of the market, the plan has given us 550%. Just on Bitcoin, remember. About 600%. And that's all within 12 months. 500 to 600% in 12 months. Plan, done. Executed at the low, executed at the top, game over. So if you hear me talking about a bull market, bear market, whatever in the future, it's because I'm just trading it day by day at the moment. In terms of the plan itself, it's not over. I shouldn't say it's over completely because it can keep going. You know, that's what we're looking for. In terms of being in a market, in and out, that's a specific point to get in and a very specific point to get out and protect your capital, protect your profits, protect your gains. That's why I don't talk about getting in too much at these levels. That's it. That's pretty much how I look at that. So in terms of a bear market, are we in a bear market? I don't want to say yes, but that's how I will be playing that if I was specifically using this strategy. And look, I might even look to do that with my super fund because that's my long-term hold. Whatever, it all comes back. Sure, that's true. That's true. But I wanted just to make, well, look, you don't know if it's all going to come back, but I suspect it will. I just wanted to make that clear to explain what a plan looks like. You got a clear entry signal and a clear exit signal, and you protect your profits. That's it. It's surprisingly freeing when I admitted to myself that the bear market has started. You know, like it's bad news in a sense, but at the same time, it's good to know where you are. Matic is saving things for now. So we'll look at some of those cryptos as well. What is with Ethereum right now? All right, good question. I mean, would you be happy with those gains? If you understood where an entry point and an exit point was, would you be happy with those gains? And that's a clear exit point for me up there. Look, I had around 550, 600. Look, just for round numbers, say 600%. Is that good enough for you? 600%. Now we're on that sharp decline. The other side to this, I'll hear your comments inside. The other side to this is I can use it as a consolidation zone, consolidating some of my gains into stable coins, just having a lot less crap going on in the markets for my own portfolio, right? So doesn't mean here's another way to play it. It doesn't mean I have to get out at 50K, all of my position out at 50K. It doesn't mean that at all. That's one strategy. It could also mean that maybe I just start to clean up my act and start to consolidate all of my shit coins, consolidate those into stable coins, consolidate them into, I don't know, a few majors that you like, maybe Bitcoin, because I don't believe Bitcoin is going to drop as far as the shit coins will drop in terms of their Bitcoin value, remember. And so now I can continue to play the market in case the market goes up, and I have some dry powder on the side in case the market falls even further than I can stomach or imagine. So that's essentially how to do it. I mean, I don't know how much more I can clarify it and make it easier than it already is. Okay, so that is Bitcoin, which we'll look at again. Let's go to Ethereum. Thank you guys for the likes and subscribing. We're getting close to 160,000. We're at nearly 155,000 now. Thank you for the super chat, Vapor Smooth. Thoughts on lock? I don't know. It was put on CMC today. Total supply is 1K. I guess they're playing that game, hey? Let's have a look at Ethereum and move around from here. So that's part of the plan. So this is, the crypto market is now getting trickier than it was in 2017. I definitely believe that, because we can now see certain sectors of the market start to move while the rest of the market's going down. And so we're seeing layer twos moving up, other smart contracts. We've seen Cardano go up. We've seen Solana go up. We've seen Matic, which is layer two, skyrocket. And so while the rest of the market is falling, or at least in their dollar value is falling, then these other cryptos are going up. Now, the other thing I talk about is check out the cryptocurrencies against their Bitcoin value. They are holding steady and also increasing against their Bitcoin value. Some of them, a lot of them at least. The flip side to that is at the end of the bull market of 2017, a lot of them still did increase in their Bitcoin value, and that was their last move up. And so then you can start to consolidate back into Bitcoin as they start to peak. And then they all start to go down together. So they'll all go down in unison after that. So I'm trying to give you ideas of what to look for in terms of the bear market, what to do, give options in terms of if the market is in a bear market, then how to protect your profits the most. If you wanted to, A, get out of the market, you've had enough, you're emotionally drained. Emotional energy is just as important as your financial energy, because without your emotional energy, you won't have any financial energy to go. Like, you'll lose all your finances if you are emotionally drained, 100%. So then I'm giving you the option just to get out, recharge, get your emotions back, get your money back. And then the other option is if you want to remain in because you don't believe it's over, but you want to take some protective measures, then it's consolidating into some of the majors or projects which you really believe in because you've done your research and you just didn't listen to some randoms on the internet, but you've dug into them. You started to read about the white papers, you read about whether it's a real use case for them. And you start to move more into those cryptos, even if they're going down. You're just consolidating into those projects for when the next bull comes. So they're the options I'm giving, because there's not one strategy overall, and you have to come up with your own. Stay in the market or get out of the market. They're the options. And you don't have to be in the market either. Okay, so Ethereum, this was something that I was mentioning at the beginning of the stream. Oh no. Sorry, I'm just noticing the internet looks like it's losing its mind. I'm seeing a spinning circle. Guys, is my internet doing all right? Do I charge people? I sure do. It's learning how to stay in or how to stay out, or when to stay in and when to stay out, Lou. I don't know if you're taking the piss, but I know a lot of people say this sort of thing, and they just want answers. You guys will always lose long term. Maybe this is just a joke, Lou. I don't know. But honestly, this is the way people lose. They just want someone to tell them, and I'm explaining what to do in terms of both situations, signs to look for to exit a market, signs to look for to re-enter a market in case we were wrong, or in case the market turns around again. The game is to protect capital. The game is to protect capital. So you need to stay here, like long term. Octopus. See, this is the problem why a lot of people fail in the market. 100%. Octopus gone. Get out of here. Yeah, your emotional energy, if you drain that, you are done. What am I personally doing? Consolidating. Bitcoin dominance. Yeah. So it's potential that that's what I was saying. At the end of, say, the 2017 run, we saw a lot of the cryptos shoot up in their Bitcoin value, and that's where Bitcoin really tanked in its dominance. And then the table started to flip. So keep that in mind as well. So it's like a final leg, and Ethereum's had its move by the looks of it. Let's have a look at ETH BTC, and then I'll get back to the point I was making early on. Look, ETH BTC is still holding up. We got to our 8%. That was kind of the region I remember early on that we were looking at. It was like, look, if we can get back to here in the bull market, fantastic. You know, that 12%, 10 to 12% of BTC value would also be really, really cool. YouTube is shutting all streamers down. Sorry, guys, if you're having issues, let me know. My internet should be good. All right, re-entries, phishing nets are full, crypto markets need to dump, fish to start over. I think so. We definitely needed a cooling off. Definitely needed a cooling off. Let me go back to Ethereum and explain what I'm looking at here. So this is going to be my log chart. Look at ETH, okay? Bitcoin had a very similar move in 2017. So we got a log chart. I'm using a major high. This was before the all-time high was taken out. That was a major high just before we had a final reaccumulation before we took off. All right, and then I'm pinning it to the next high, which was just out of the all-time high. I could pin it to here or up at this point. It's just the faint gray line. And you can see that we are now tracking this log resistance on the way up. Bitcoin hit it quite a few times on the way up in 2017, and then it finally broke out and we went into that parabolic run. So this is the tricky part now. It does look like we'll take a longer rest than I'm expecting, but I'm just not expecting a long bear market like we just saw. There's just a lot of interest in it at the moment, but I think we do need to clean out of the weaker hands. All right, where are we at? Stream. Oh, man. Stream. Internet. All right, I'm going to keep cracking on and then look at Ethereum and what I'm seeing here, and hopefully you can see it in the replay, because this is the most important part out of all of this. So you guys are still looking at Bitcoin. Stay with me. Come and look at Ethereum. This is the key here. So this was what I was talking about at the beginning of the stream in terms of the sinking feeling, time frames being over. There is a lot of symmetry here between the 6 months, the 1 year, and the 2 years in Ethereum. What you can see here is, and this is a full video on the channel as well, so you can go back and check all this out. I'm measuring weekly timeframes. We've gone from the low to the high, 2017, 57 weeks, low to the high. Why should these repeat? Because cycles always repeat. All right, there can be multiples of them, they can be divisions of them, but cycles always repeat. That's our theory here, and we've seen it happen for millennia. Since the dawn of time, cycles repeat. If you want to go against billions of years of history, be my guest. I'm not willing to do that, and I'm going to use cycles, regardless of whether they're billions of years, thousands of years, or days or weeks or minutes. It doesn't matter. It's all cycles within cycles. So I've got here, we've got a 57-week cycle. Within that, we saw 25 to 27 week. So from the bottom to the top, basically 6 months. Then we saw another bottom to the top of about 6 months again. So there's an extra couple of weeks of down frame, and then we bottom to top 6 months. Top to COVID crash low, and I'm using this low instead of the major low. They're about a few bucks off. Yeah, about $10 off. This was 113 weeks. So that's, guess what? 2 times the 57. Crazy. Now we've just seen 61 weeks. So we've extended a little bit. We've got a few weeks longer currently than we saw from the bottom to the top. Within this 61 weeks, we have multiple 6-month moves. The first out of the COVID low to the August top, probably August, September, 25 weeks. Then we saw from that low, 24 weeks into the top. Now we've just seen about 10 weeks. So the time frame just shortened, not necessarily half, but you got to give or take a couple of weeks here and there. Or you know, at least give it some leeway. It's not going to be dead on. It's for a guide to understand, well, look, maybe we are hitting a top. Maybe that's it. So that's what I'm looking at for timeframes on Ethereum. And that was the sinking feeling I had and thought, all right, if we are getting an extension of the cycle, then we might not play out exactly like 2017. And I don't suspect we're going to play out exactly like 2017. It's too well known. I don't think we will get something that happens exactly the same, but things rhyme. And you got to pay attention to when these numbers come up. Another time frame that came up was the bear market low to the 2019 peak. It was 28 weeks. So there's a lot of that symmetry within the Ethereum market, and we've just seen that now. Bottom to top. Now, this is Gann theory. So if you want to learn more about this, this is from Gann. You know, I talk about him often on the channel. Gann and Wyckoff theory. Gann is a lot of timing. He was absolute genius. Same with Wyckoff. So that's given me an idea, or at least a feeling that, yeah, look, well, the science is there, the maths is there. It's probably going to have a little bit of a pullback. How long can we expect a pullback? Well, we've seen 23 weeks from the top until we broke out again, but this is a different time to where we are now. Then we saw 11 weeks, and then we saw, so 23 to 11. I think my stream, Zen is going off. Wow, we are just crashing, aren't we? I don't think 18K bottom. Sorry, I'm holding up here because it looks like my other screen is just not happy. I'm going to shut this one down and see if that helps the internet. All right. Divergence for it. Don't even worry about the divergence on a 4-hour chart. Come on. Guys, stay away from the hourly, the 4-hourly, all that sort of junk. Stay away from that for now. Man down, sell now. All right. Looks like my stream is just having a bit of troubles, but the information here is important. All right. Think about it. More like a crash. So there was a lot of fear in the markets, and is this the last fear? That was all the feeling on the way up. That's the way I've been looking at this. Ethereum. Let's get back to the timeframes. Timeframes are repeating. That's one big thing here. Now, pricing. I'm going to go back to this chart to have a look at that. Get this one. We were looking at 2,800 as the next level. Reason being 50% of this current range. And at 28, that's a 36% move down, which is similar to the last two crashes that we've seen. Now, if this is anything to go by in terms of the bigger crash, the hold up, then I'm going to move these back and continue to look for new 50% levels on the way down, all the way back. And the final 50% is around the 22 to 2,400 level. That's going to be my final, let's hold that level and pray and hope that we get this sideways accumulation again. We continue to build from that point. That's probably a good looking buy area. And the breakdown from that, you've got to understand, like, where would I then sell out of that point to make sure that I'm not holding bags all the way down. Then we'll be looking at lows back around 1,200. So you've got to assess your risk. If you are buying at 23, how far does that go? That's a 50% drop. Are you willing to stomach that in order to potentially pick a low? That's all this is about. YouTube. Sorry, guys. Bull market is not over. Chill out. Chill out. Guys, are you seeing my stream? Because it looks like a lot of people have dropped. Lag and is huge. Damn. Tell me about it, Hayden. Okay. Hey, look, it's going to come down to what are we talking about? Are you looking at major bull market? This was it? Or is this a breakdown within the longer term bull market? You know, that's going to be what people are looking at now. No video. Is that true, Zach? All streams on YouTube don't work? All right. Screen off, just me. I'm here. I'm waiting to see what's going on. Well, oh, are we back? I think we're back. Thank you for 200 of you sticking around. 250. Oh my God, Australian internet. Australian internet. All right, guys. I'm back. Sorry about that. Just wait for you guys just to see that I'm here. I can catch up and watch your comments come through. Still no stream for anyone. Yeah, just it'll come back. Crash, YouTube crash, no stream. Let's see how many are left. I'm watching this come through and I'll just see whether we back. There we go. Thanks, Scott. Hope you're joking. There we go. All right. Everyone, there are other people streaming as well. Live and clear in the US. Thanks, Isaac. Cool. I see 200 online. Thank you guys for sticking around, getting me through that. Other streams not working. Interesting. I know the internet's a bit crappy here at the moment. All right. Let's have a look. Now that it looks like we're back, you guys are just letting me know in the comments. I'll bring up the screen again. We had to get to Matic at some point. I still see it sort of dropping off, 170 or so people. You guys are just letting me know whether we're back. YouTube, where you at? That's not going to work. Ceiling fan, that'll definitely bend. Guys, let me know in the comments. It's all back. So I'm not freaking out here. You got 160 now. YouTube's definitely in a bear market. Every YouTube crypto channel isn't working. Interesting. Imagine if he does that, doesn't let crypto YouTube on his internet, his interplanetary internet. YouTube broke. It looks like you're coming back now. We've dropped down about 155 now. We're hitting about 160. We were going all right there. We had about 1,400 for a hit. 180. We're coming back. Good work, guys. I'll read some of your questions, comments while we're looking at that. So the main thing we're looking at here is signs of Bitcoin, and it's potentially over or a longer period beneath the all-time high. I happen to think that's probably what we'll see, a longer period than what we've seen currently, and we're basically past that now. It was 31 days was the longest period we had on the way up, and we are past that 31 days now. Ethereum, the longest period under its all-time high, you can see on this chart, was about 52 days. So we're not there yet, but I think that's probably what we will see. We'll see longer than 52 days beneath this all-time high. So if you're wondering about timeframes and when ETH will hit 5,000, etc., I would say it's going to be longer than what we saw through this period here. That was the all-time high, down, sideways, and then a build up, and then a peak, like a nice big run into that high of 4,400. And now we're seeing a sell-off. The levels, 2,300 is the level I'm looking for final support. I'm not saying it's going to get there, but I don't want to see it reaccumulate in this zone of 1,400 to 2K. Like, this was the zone that it was already in. I feel like that is the area that it shouldn't return to if we're still in a bull market. Not necessarily feel, should not be the area that we return to. We've done that zone. We need to keep moving up. We need to start playing in this zone of 2,000 to 3,000, consolidate, and then keep our gains going. Again, sorry about voice and everything else like that. Let's now move across to Matic. Oh, look at them all coming down. Injective. Oh, before I squiz over to Matic, this was an important one here. Binance, because it's in the top. See, Binance is also starting to move down. We haven't crossed a weekly low yet. We're sitting on 50% of this major range. I suspect we'll possibly come a little bit lower because I think we've got a dash here. We've got a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves into this high. Cake potentially also selling off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Cake is probably done for the time being. Engine was another one that I was looking at yesterday on the streams, or at least on Monday, $1.70. It's breaking down out of this zone. So Engine, keep it on the watch lists. These are good ones to be continuing to have on the watch list. This is the time to, when you wanted to buy these things back when they were pumping, and you're commenting everywhere going, what about Engine now? What about Engine now at $3 or $4? Now is the time just to watch them, but it's going to be quite some time, I would say. This is probably coming back to the 60, 70 cent level. And then keep it on the watch list. If you want to get Engine, you believe in the NFTs, keep playing this. You can just see it on the chart. Like, this isn't just my opinion. Well, it is, but you can see it from the gap that's left here. It's just gone straight up. You know, and this isn't going to go straight down. Don't get me wrong. We're not like just going straight there, although it can. I would expect it to probably come down and start to bounce and then have a few more scares. Maybe it even comes back up into that range and then down just in its own time. But I think it's going to probably get back. No, give me this tool. That you can see the old highs here. If you want to play it out, there it is, about 80 cents. 500 online, excellent. Very sporadic in Singapore. China. Holy smoke, we're back. Theta, that's a good one. And then we'll have a look at Matic. Oh, Matic. Matic is coming back from its highs. Yep. Peaking, big peaking. Remember, we looked at this as it was starting to break through the highs at 90 cents and $1, and then we hit the $1.30, and it looks amazing on a chart. But as it breaks through this high of $1.30 to get to $2.60, if you sell, there's only 100%. Only 100%. The risk is well and truly out of the game. The risk is all of this downside. The risk is 50. 80. It can be anything to the downside. Matic is a great project. No, don't get me wrong there. But when you start playing these games and you've got the risk coming, a lot of risk coming in because you're trying to play for a smaller gain to the upside than a downside. Remember, this is in percentages. Matic, what were we looking at? Someone suggested we've got to look at Sol. Sol's taken it off to new all-time highs again, but we're having a little bit of a pullback today. Volume is there to push us through. And this is what I was mentioning earlier in the stream, that we might have different sectors of the crypto space doing better than others at certain times. Sol BTC, it's still pushed to new all-time highs today. Sure, it's come back a little bit, but it's at all-time highs. So looking earlier in the stream when we're looking at consolidating, then projects to consolidate into are ones that are looking strong, possibly in this region as they start to break out. And that's not a bad project to put some profits into. I don't have any of them like that at this point. Maybe YFI. YFI was looking okay. See, it's consolidating above the highs at the moment. Well, we don't know if you can't say it's consolidation until we get a breakout to the upside. So at the moment, this is range bound between the 60K and the 80K level. But looking at YFI BTC, we've had a breakout of this zone of 1 BTC. We hit resistance of 1.6. We broke out of it yesterday to 1.8, and we're just sort of holding at that level now. So we definitely want to see this continue to move up. Otherwise, the ranges have gotten smaller. See that? That range is obviously smaller than this range, and that is a sign of the market slowing down. Break of this would be fantastic. Break and a hold, all right? That's what I want to see on YFI. So if we're looking for areas to consolidate into, YFI is DeFi. Maybe DeFi, we get another DeFi summer like we got last year. This was the DeFi summer of last year. Crazy times. Someone wanted XLM, 60 cents. Damn it, breaking down. XLM BTC, it broke above. It broke above, finally, after 2 years. XLM, keep XLM on the list. I didn't say buy, I just said keep it on the list. This is broken out of this 2-year period. What happens when what normally happens when that happens is we start to move up to the next level, or wherever it might go, cancel, back down. So keep that on your cards. Zen is finally breaking down after a ridiculous move. I could not believe this. It fell at 50%. I'm going to come back to your questions. Just have a quick look. 900 online. Thanks, guys, for coming back. We had a bit of a scare with the internet. Matic, we've looked at. Zen is breaking down. Why? See the difference now. All I'm trying to show here is the difference in the charts. Zen BTC breakdown. See how that's different? It's broken down. And it's bounced on the 50. Let's see what happens at the end of the day. Compared to YFI BTC, it's still holding above. And so then I'll go and look at all the cryptos in that sector and see what's going on in the DeFi. Zilliqa. Zilliqa is struggling. Zilliqa BTC. This is one that I had on my list, and I believe I had it on my demo portfolio as well, and hold it myself. We are moving up against BTC, but the dollar ZIL dollar is struggling, and that to me is not that's a bearish sign. Double top, and we're heading down. That's a shame. Very big shame. Remember, the positions aren't, well, the way I look at it, it shouldn't be the majority of portfolio. You don't understand? Well, I don't, like, it's easy to say that now because we're at 40K. Jason Liu, am I buying the dip on BTC ETH? ETH, not at this stage. It doesn't look as good to me. Bitcoin, I don't see a reversal yet, but I not yet. But what I'm trying to say is you're never going to get the low. So if 40K is a good level, where do I think the craziest low could be? A lot of people are calling 28K. So let's go back to Bitcoin and have a look why maybe 28K. Did we get any lower today? Oh, we did. 40,100. There's the 50% finally. We hit that from this level. From this level, that's the weekly. We're getting to our 39.5. I'm on Bitstamp. So in that region, that would be crazy. Somewhere in the 35 to that 39. I was not considering 39 for a little while, but we have moved to that point now. We're at 40,100. Am I buying at this level? Not yet. But I might, considering, what do I think the craziest downside is? Craziest, 35K, 15%. Remember when I was looking at it back here and saying, oh, look, this is, are we getting a low at around that 47K? And even this massive bar that we saw a couple of days ago, what was the craziest downside there? Looking at around that 39 level, that was again about 10%. And then into the 35Ks, is about 18%. So if you're never going to catch the low, the question I then ask is, are you happy with potential loss of 20% in the possibility of this being a low and then getting the upside and sort of catching a bottom? I just don't see any sign of it being a low just yet. That's what I've said multiple times, but maybe a little bit just to enjoy the 40K Bitcoin, because ultimately I think it's going to be worth more than 40K. That's pretty much the final question there. So Sean says Ethereum Classic. What do you see as an Ethereum? What do you see as a bottom? What's a sign of a bottom to you guys? I have my reasons for a bottom. I see volume, I see price, I see bar patterns. You need to look at, well, I look at volume, price, bar patterns, and then the volatility in the market. Ethereum Classic, $80. No, definitely not. Definitely no sign of a bottom here for me. Hell no. Short term, extremely short term, potentially, because you got this here at $80. In terms of the long term, no, I wouldn't. I would not be buying Ethereum Classic at this level. I'm looking much further down. Much further down. Ethereum Classic BTC, not breaking to new highs yet. Graph is back into the zone. I don't see a bottom on this yet either. Graph BTC. Graph BTC is going sideways. FTT. FTT is broken down now. This is FTX. FTX Bitcoin is up. You know, it's still in this crazy trend. FTT USD broken out of the trend. Trend channel is down. It's even broken out of the trend channel here. 1500 online. ADA. Did you miss the ADA take? Let's have a look at ADA and Doge, huh? And then someone mentioned TVK, so have a look at TVK as well. Good thing the stream is back on. That was a bit of a bitch. ADA, $1.86 breakdown. Well, I got that timing with the video in all right, didn't I? Happened to do that again with ADA. ADA BTC, resistance up here at 50 or 5,000. 5,050. ADA ETH, resistance at the 50% level. Yeah, on the underside of the 50%. If I move this to the low, yeah, we didn't get that far up. I think it might hold on. Too early to tell. Too early to tell with Cardano ETH. You got some volume on the way up, extending ranges. So that's a positive sign for Cardano being stronger than ETH in the fall for now. $1.80. See, if we get a move back into this zone, not so good. But we hold at this level here, $1.80, and continue sideways. Much better for Cardano. Much better. So that's the signals there. I want to see it hold this $1.80-ish level because we saw some support, resistance. Hopefully we get this as support, move across. Cardano isn't looking as bad. Aave, we need to go to Doge as well. Aave was looking to break out and it just didn't get there in time. Aave BTC, it's holding above its BTC value, which is pretty big. So you're still gaining against Bitcoin. And Doge, 44 cents. See, I would say Doge, yeah. It's not a position I'm looking for just yet. Volume is dropping. That's not bad yet. BTC, holding its ground up here. Very surprising with Doge. But Doge is quite fickle because it is full of retail. So you've got a lot of retail investors in Doge, and you know what happens with retail? They don't really understand what they're looking at, and if they see the price fall too far against them, generally they don't have any idea of what range they want to sell out at. They just see it drop, and then they all just run for the exit altogether. So when you got a coin that's full of retail, expect those sort of wild fluctuations. How is Matic tanking? Well, selling. That's how it's tanking. People are selling. How dip BTC possibly would go? What language are we speaking here? Luna. I don't think I've got Luna right. Let's have a look at Luna. Luna Tether. I mean, doesn't look healthy. You can see it keeps attempting, and then it just keeps failing. Luna's on the Cosmos network from memory, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Atom, unfortunately, has fallen back into this zone. Atom BTC is okay. For now, it's holding. It's holding, but remember what we saw with ZIL. ZIL also does that sort of pattern. It just doesn't go anywhere. ZIL BTC, sorry, ZIL USD. Yeah, that's, like I said before, that doesn't look very healthy to me. I definitely want to see a solid low come in very, very soon to hold ZIL up. Otherwise, I would consider exiting at this point. It just hasn't moved the way I thought it would move at all. But that's what I'm talking about earlier in the stream, is about consolidation. Consolidating into projects that you have more belief in, more understanding, more research on, and so that you can catch both sides of the market. Should this be the crash and everything goes down, then at least you've got some stable coin, you got some BTC, you got your ETH or whatever projects that you love, ADA. Maybe you got your ADA and you're staking it for 5%. Link to that down below if you want to stake your ADA. We've got the staking pool. Search TIA. So that's one side. The other side is that you consolidate into, you exit. So you got exiting or consolidate into other projects. B. Michael, €5. Thank you, Jason. I just say to the community, here is great, you lucky guy. The community during the YouTube crash was so funny that I forgot the dip. Good stuff. Thank you, Michael. 50 Aussie dollars. World Mobile Connection. Is that a plan, or is there something wrong? Worldwide mobile connection. I don't see that anyway. Thank you for the 50 Aussie bucks. Huge. TVK. Let's have a quick look, because I know it's not something that everyone loves. Remember we talked about this. What happens when we see bottoms get taken out? Probably further to fall. And we are getting very, very close to this bottom at 27, 28 getting taken out. TVK, BTC, bumbling along here. See, many of the BTC values are holding up or not moving too bad for the majors. SRM, Serum, part of the Solana ecosystem, holding up. Solana BTC, holding up. Synthetics, it's gone on a pretty decent run, holding up. Remember what happened at the 2017 end of the bull market? The cryptos, the alts went on a run against Bitcoin, and then they all tanked together. So really keep watching those. Ruin, Thorchain, Ruin, I think that's what the ticker is for this. That's just gone straight up. Ruin USD, holding up at these levels. Red Fox, crumbling. Ren, 70 cents. Look at Ren just keep going down into the next zone, So that's why you can't always say that these are consolidation areas. And I know I often talk about that. I'm like looking at this, but this would, now that it's broken down, it's a distribution zone. So this is this is Ren distribution, more Ren distribution as we continue to break down. What we want to see is this sort of move. That's accumulation. That's accumulation. Look at Ren at 3 and 5 cents, 8 cents, going up to $1.80. This is your chance. If this happens to be it, this is your chance to follow markets, is to keep these on your watch list and just be patient. Be very patient. You can see Ren on the chart here. This was nuts in summer of 2020, August, September 2020. Then it took off again. Now, imagine being in the market through here. You got to wait. Let's measure. This is falling after the peak, and then it took off past the peak. 324 days, and that only just took off past the peak. The big run happened 363 days. It literally happened 1 year later. I'm not saying it's going to be 1 year this time. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'm saying the patience that's required to, oh, wow. And then we went up for the next big peak. Look at that, the double. That looks pretty good on its own. And then it went up from there. So the patience that's required to get these is immense. This is what happens in the later stages of the bull market. People are just getting 100, 200, 500% within a few days or weeks. We got 66. So that's weeks, a couple of months. And that isn't to be expected every single time. Then we have the flush out. See my pink line here? This is for Ren. I suspect we'll probably make our way down to the pink line, somewhere 30 cents, 40 cents, something like that. And then we'll probably repeat the process again. 1800 a line, mega. Oh yeah, let's have a quick look at VET. Guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, do that. Like the video up. If you want to keep track of this so that at least you can stay in touch with the market, I've got a free newsletter down below in the description. Free. Drop your email address. We'll email you once every 2 weeks, sometimes once a week, depending on what's going on, but generally just once every 2 weeks. Nice, succinct, brief email looking at cryptos, sometimes a stock here and there, but we're looking at the charts so you can learn from the charts, and then also the property cycle. So if you've got no other way that you keep on a regular daily basis to continue to track the markets, consider subscribing to the free email newsletter down below. If you get sick of it, unsubscribe, right? Or just hit delete and wait till the market comes back, because I'm sure we'll title something like that. Vet, I'd say, like I talked about this, how many weeks ago now? 1.5 weeks ago, somewhere where we were, I think we're breaking down here, so probably just a week. People were asking about Vet, and I said, you can see it in the stream, I said it all live, we're probably breaking down. It doesn't look healthy because we've got a top here. You got another top here. What happens there? Lower top. Money's retail's buying it up again here. Buying it up, buying it up. We get a lower top, breaks down. Don't worry, it'll come back because it always has come back. And we break down through those lows. Now they're trapped, because a lot of people potentially buying through there. Look at the volume here. People are buying up here as well. And then break down, see that retest of those lows, and we break down again. Then we generally have some sort of capitulation because people can't hold anymore. They sort of get fed up. They've made losses of 30, 40%. A lot of people buying at the high. So there's the volume. All right, they're buying at these levels. They're already down 40%. It breaks this level here. Not that they know what that low is. And then we capitulate. I'll delete all of that. We're still at around the 50% zone. So I'm just going to put that back on the chart and keep it there. Where are we at? 1800. Thank you, guys. Another 50. Who's on here? World Mobile. Me again. Meant to say, Terry. All right, I'll find your super chat, Terry. Throw another $50 down. Well done. Thank you, mate. Me again. I meant to say, can we connect to discuss World Mobile, a new partnership with IOHK to solve the mobile internet connection in Africa? DM you in Instagram, reconnection. Email me. Email me. That might be easier. Thank you for the $100. Another super chat. Super chat. Where are we at? Brian. Trias, have a quick look. I don't see anything. TRIA. Where am I? No, I tried. Maybe I got no, I can't see anything. And nothing came up. Sorry for your $20. Thank you. TRIAS. Bitcoin. There we go. Log. Well, it's heading down. Look where we are from the top. We're already 56% down from the top. Probably, you can see some levels here, $7. You got more levels here at $5, and then it will start to get a little bit quiet from that point. You probably see some bounces. People think it's cheap at $6. You get a bull trap. Yep, you got those right way around, and then it fades again. Where are we at? Mervyn, thank you for the $4.95. Super chats. Now stuck back in Sri Lanka. Pour over here. G'day, Hannah. 1800 a line. Like, share, subscribe. Where are we at? This will be my video for today because I'm going to get on and do a Cardano video as well. It's on the staking pools. Staking pools. If you want to stake your Cardano while it's plummeting back down into the stable region of $1.80. I got a link to that in the description down below, guys. So you can stake from your Roy wallet, your Daedalus wallet, your Adalite wallet. You can stake across to the pool. Very easy to do. Couple of clicks and you're on. So for new guys joining, we were looking at Bitcoin earlier on in the stream, then Ethereum, then the stream cut out. So just skip that part. It was about 5 minutes where we just went nuts with everyone going offline. And then we looked at a lot of cryptos like we just did. I've given 2 different scenarios with some smart ass comments. That's that's what we expect here as well. Stay in the market or get out. The point being is that I gave specific areas to understand what is going on. So looking at triggers in terms of a breakdown or triggers to re-enter, looked at that on Bitcoin. The weekly trigger was there as well. So that was the rules of the plan, getting in and getting out. It doesn't matter whether the bull market is in or the bear market's in. It was just rules for the in and the out. Now, if the market turns around, Bitcoin turns around, and we head back up again, specific areas to enter again. We're just looking at support and resistance and swings. Remember that. So if you want to do some study in case this market goes down for another 12 months, just throwing it out there, then make sure to research stuff on GAN, on Wyckoff, and start to research the projects. Remember the projects that have done very well during this period of the bull market. So you can be up to date and you can see what's coming next. You got projects which are building. You got projects which are actually doing stuff. And that's going to differentiate them from the rest of the crowd. Let's go back to BTC USD. BTC. Let's get some volume in here, a nice spike, and then a retest. But the worst thing you can do if you want to make money is to leave the market and forget about it while it's down. This is the time to be researching and to setting yourself up to creating a plan so that you can strike when the time's right for you. Sounds like you're calling the end. You can't just say yes or no according to one piece, because this could easily bounce and then we could wick down and then come back above these 43K levels, which are these old highs here, around that 42, and then start to form another consolidation and then start to move up again. So I don't want to be too quick to call an end, but the point is to be prepared. So there was one preparation. Exit on the break of the swing. Exit. Done. All right. If the market, if we didn't drop from this point of 59K and we moved up and broke the highs of 62K-ish, and then again at 64, that's a re-entry. So you miss out. You have an opportunity cost loss between 50,000 and then the re-entry at around 62. So an opportunity cost loss of 25%. This is what I talked about with the Investor Accelerator guys back on Monday in the group. So I was talking about this a couple of days ago with them because the plan has played out. What I've got in the course, in the membership course, which you can find a link to in the description down below, the rules are playing out, keeping us safe when markets are down and allowing us to re-enter if the markets go back up and they turn, so that you've got areas to really feel confident in and stress-free. This is something that comes from GAN, all right? I'm not just making stuff up. It's something that he's come up with 100 years ago, and it still works today because humans haven't changed. It's all human emotion in the market. So happy to address that. Stop panicking, you wusses. All right, let's put it on BTC and then zoom out to the monthly. Well, that's a pretty solid move down. I'm going to go to, we only have this one, BTC. BTC had, so the bull market of 2017 as it broke through the all-time high, it had one monthly move below a previous month. It had a second month, and then it finally broke down. So it did have a couple of monthly swing breaks. Oh, sorry, monthly down months. So the month that the price went lower than the previous month. There was one here in March of 2017 and then another in July of 2017. So again, it's true. It might not be the end now. All I'm talking about is a way to protect your capital. If you want to buy these dips here, just have an idea of where you'd want to get out in case it is the end. That is all. That is all. So yeah, good look. You're zooming out. It's good to zoom out and just get a broader perspective of what's going on. 2 weeks. Now, I know some people probably still won't understand that after I've talked about it for over an hour, and that's just the way it is. You know, we just go through these cycles to learn more about what it is we're doing. But the guys who do understand it, I hope you do really well. Enjoying seeing your comments in the comment section of the videos as well, that you are getting it and you're doing your own research and you're finding new videos to watch and books to read and all that sort of stuff so that you're creating your own plan and becoming better investors down the track. So that's really cool to see. Potentially, yeah. The flip side to the staking is, you know, staking is like 5 or 10%, and the market can drop 70%. So, you know, it's a bit of both. Make sure you've got a way of making money when the market is down, so you've got more money coming in to be looking at those lows, so you're not depressed when those lows are in, because that is the opportunity. Thank you for calming my nerves. I'm holding in Ethereum thanks to you. Hopefully you've got your own plan, your own ideas of what's going on. All right, I've given some ideas of levels lower down on Ethereum. I'm just reading your comments here. So yeah, pile them in. Are you guys subscribed to the newsletter? Yes, no? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you're enjoying it. If there's any improvements, you can always suggest them. Yes, Curtis, I looked at Matic. Matic is, where are we? Let me open it up. $2.20. Look at that. That's just skyrocketed. Will it skyrocket again? I don't want to take that chance, especially that late in the game. Like even taking it from here at $1, it's not that much of a return for a lot of risk. So it's very much get in, get out, and entering as that breaks. 10 days, 9 days, less than 2 weeks to this point. You're sure it can go further, but to this point, that's what I'm looking at there. Boatload. Harmony 1. Haven't looked at that yet. Haven't had time to read it yet. Hannah, check it out. It's a quick read. They're probably like 2, 3, 5-minute reads on those emails. If that's all new to you, then yeah, sure, it takes a little bit longer to get the gist of what's going on. Harmony 1 has started to reaccumulate. Like it's, you know, like higher highs, higher lows, another higher low. What's going to happen next? So that's in a more bullish position compared to the other cryptos we've looked at today. There's my level there at around 16 cents, because you can see a low back here. There's a low in March, and then all these highs that just rebounded off it and fell, and it tried again and fell. It tried again here and fell, and it's tried again, and it's currently under that level. So I'd say that 16-cent level is quite significant. The good side, the nice positive stuff to Harmony 1, on at least on Binance, is the volume on the way up. Push, push, reversal, and then another push with some more volume. So it's looking okay. Look at that. We went to new all-time highs. So again, same deal. You want to see it at least stay around. Let me get this line. And all I'm looking for here are closes. So there's a close, there's another close. So something in that vicinity. You want to see it not fall too far under the 350 Satoshis. That's some good consolidating above old highs. Paid network. These are some of those low cap, small cap, potentially altcoin gem projects. Poker City, look at that, dying out in that range. But now when they're so low, I don't see a bottom yet. So take that into, like, I don't see a bottom, but when they're low, to do 100%, there we are. I'm not saying we're going to get back to these highs, but you know, underneath those levels, there's 400%. That's against ETH as well. It's not even on the US dollar. Poker Starter. Is DOT coming back? Poker Starter BTC. I think DOT is having its time in the limelight. Unfortunately, not at the best time when everything else is moving down. So we haven't looked at DOT today. DOT USD. Yeah, you know, it's back into this zone here, which is not good. We want it above these levels, about 42-ish, consolidating up there. Dot ETH, bounce. Dot BTC, pushing for new all-time highs. That's old DOT. We just want new DOT. Yep. Not the strongest, but not crazily bad. Curve ETH. Yeah, it's struggle street, but it's, yeah, I wouldn't say this is a low yet, but it's got a beginning. So you can see that this day pushed into a new high, well, a recent high volume, but then it closed low. So I suspect it'll come back down and start to do a bit of a bouncy range in this zone. This is the first signs of a potential accumulation, just the first signs. So you don't see this downtrend as strong anymore, and you see it break the downtrend. First sign. Then it could take months. It could take a lot of months. But Curve USD, different picture. It's at these, you know, it's between $2 and $4. Not much going on there. Big volume on a day that didn't push through, so it's a bit weaker. Curve BTC pushing to more new recent highs. You know, everything is a bit stronger against BTC at the moment because BTC is down. Like we said earlier in the stream, just repeating myself, the end of the BTC bull market of 2017, 2018 saw the altcoins move up against their Bitcoin value into new highs towards the end, and then Bitcoin tanked and they all tanked together. See if I get ETH BTC. Push up into highs in June, crashed. This is ETH BTC, crashed into December, final peaks into February. So it went on for some time, and then it crashed for quite a long time. Several years, 2018, 2019, 2020. Then we started to move in 2021. Obviously, we started to move further back here, but you still had a very, very good entry in January of 2021, not far off those lows that were holding ETH down for quite some time. Yeah, that's potentially a sign of the last thing to come at the end of a bull market, but a bull market section. All right. Too early to say whether it is the exact end, but there are a lot of signs around it pulling back for some time. Maybe some of them have already gone parabolic. Look at Matic. Look at what else what are we seeing go parabolic? We've seen quite a few over the last couple of days. Why can't I think of any? I want to say Solana, but Solana's still at its highs. Look at that. Solana's hitting a 50% zone. So that's not looking good for Solana. Where are we here? 61%. Another major area. Why am I using this major? Let's look at the weekly, see if there was a weekly swing. Yeah, so we had a weekly swing back here to the major top, to the major low. So this is how you measure swings, hitting 50%, $56, $57, and it's struggling to get above that. On the end of this week, we definitely want to see Solana close above $57. That's That's going to give us more strength. Otherwise, we sit in this level, we test again, we fail, or we test again and we break. We did break the high recently, just in the last day or two, and that high was at basically $50. So the entry just above $50, and now we need it to break the 50% here at $57. Elwin, thank you very much. How do I manage my SMSF with the market turning bearish? Guys, 1900 online, I'll answer this. Subscribe to the channel, bell notification icon, like the video if you are. Subscribe. Thank you, Tiffany. I'll look at the question as well, the previous one about the super fund. But to know more, then go to my Instagram, follow me over there. I answer Q&A daily over there, and I post my super fund portfolio updates over there. So the super fund would have taken a decent hit at the moment. We were up 12x, 13x at the peak from the bottom. All right. And so all I've done with that, it's just such a simple, stupid plan that anyone can follow, but you just need patience and you have to stay with the market. So it's patience to be with the market, patience to follow it. It's seriously such a simple plan, really. But most people get bored and they'll take off and do something else because they think they can do things better. Fine. I definitely was like that when I was 20, 21, 25. Just, I can do it better. I can do it faster, etc. Question. Super fun. How am I managing my SMSF with the market turning bearish? Currently, I'm just leaving it for now. I'm happy holding bigger drawdowns in the super fund because it's longer term. I can't touch that money. Super fund for the international guys, your retirement funds, your IRAs. What do you guys do in the UK, in Europe? You'd have your own systems over there, and you can put, well, at least we can here, buy cryptocurrency with our super money. And so I've just got that as a plan. Drops are drops. If it goes up, great. I will probably take some profits later, but at the moment, this is the first serious pullback. PokerStarter is moving up. This is the first serious pullback in this bull market, and I think the cycles are lengthening. I don't really subscribe to this 4-year thing. It might be, but even if that's the case, Bob Lucas, who's got the 4-year cycle, who I respect a lot of his work, is even talking about it dropping and then the next cycle being a shorter, I think a left translated cycle. So that could look like a 6-year cycle and then a 2 years down. It could look like that as well. PokerStarter, show me PokerStarter. All right, we just pushed above that 61%. So it was just above this high here. So why is PokerStarter? Look at it. Look at what the hell? 40, 50. PokerStarter is going nuts. That's why I have put alerts on, guys. This is cool. Look at that. PokerStarter pushing. It's been played with. That's for sure. That's got to be a played with market. 50% up. Let's look at it on a 5-minute chart. Look at that. Just last 5 minutes. It just skyrocketed. So someone's probably just bought a massive bag of it. What's the volume? Volume 62,000 in that 5 minutes. Let's see if we can go back. We'll go to a 1 minute. Yeah, so they bought it on 2 orders. Well, there's one order there, 55,000. 55,000 multiplied by, what are we around, $3? $4-ish? All right, so 200 grand of PokerStarter. Something happened there. Okay, so that's what I'll do with the super fund. First significant correction, I'm happy to keep holding it. I can't touch it till I'm 55, 65, something like that. You guys would all have your own rules in your countries. I think the US is, 59.5 years old, something like that. Tiffany, subscribe. I have a question though, Jason, please. I only just jumped on. What is PokerStarter's going nuts? If this is the end of the bull, percentage-wise, how much further does crypto tank? I'm Reddick behind, not sure whether to. Oh, really behind? Not sure whether to hodl. Should I write something down? Look at whatever it is you're doing and just think, how much further am I willing to cop? Then go and check out a chart and have a look at some other levels. terms of Bitcoin, I'm looking at the mid-30s range. I definitely don't want to see it break 28K, which was the previous swing bottom. And then look at the percentages in terms of how far it is now to where it is there. Anyone can use that. You can use that across any market. So Poker Starter. Yeah, big push out. We had about 200K's worth bought. Actually, that was on Pulse BTC, Huobi. Poloniex is not a good one to use. So they only had 4,000 volume in that minute. 4,000 times 4-ish. So you're only like 15K's worth to move the market in Poloniex. Excuse me. Vet, Chainlink, Poker Starter, Binance listing. All right. There you go. See how crazy this is on the charts. If you're following this stuff, this was dead on a 50% hit. The market was being held up at a major 50%. Then it broke through on strong volume. I'm literally like a broken record. 5 minutes. It's because these are the rules from Gann. Gann created these in his trading day over 100 years ago. Little mini, boom. Okay, so obviously it's just like a news announcement. High alert. High news impact. You want to see this close higher for it to keep going, but generally on these high news impacts announcements, they will basically fade after. So the news comes out, boom, everyone skyrockets in, and then they fade. Pickle Finance, what? Thank you for the super chat. OKX, I got a video that I'm doing for OKX, doing on the exchange. I mean, I don't really see much going on here. Let's put it on the line because there's too many wicks. I'll just do something like that. Set yourself up a chart. Do something like that. That's it for Pickle. 80 USD, $1.80. We are going down. Let's get some volume in here. I'll give you guys some color. Let's give you a little color. There we go. 1, 2, 3 days. We got an inside day, so that's a good sign. I have another ADA chart here, and I'm going to put an alert under $1.70 in case we get a breakdown from that. Then another alert above 230. Chainlink. Accumulation till the next bull run. That would be nice. Poker Starter just been listed on Binance. We looked at Chainlink. It's just kind of trending. Chainlink has been pretty good, especially when Bitcoin goes down. Check out Link BTC. See that? Just yesterday, it moved to new recent highs again against BTC Val. Looking good. Extending on the ranges. For the new guys that just jumped on, 1900 online, follow the newsletter down below, free. What I'm talking about here, and what I talk about with the Investor Accelerator group, is consolidating into stronger projects. I think Link is one of those projects. Link is definitely looking good. Link USD, in the dollar sense, it doesn't look that good. You know, it's still higher lows. You can't go wrong with higher lows. Low, low, low. All of these higher lows continues up. Link BTC is strong. So even if the market continues to tank, then we have our hedge against the market tanking. That's not a region that you want to be in, Link. Definitely not. Remember in January on the channel, who's been following since January? We're looking at Link as a zone. And this buying Link here, I was talking about it and no one wanted to really hear about it because Link was not a popular thing to talk about at the time. And then I learned what people actually talk about on YouTube, and they just talk about the stuff that is actually pumping. So I like to talk about the stuff that is moving because that's what everyone's searching for, and then try to share some better options. And so that's what I was looking at here. Links came back to another low here. Everyone's buying them on the highs. We've got another low. Good returns on our Bitcoin value. Link ETH has not been so good. It's continued down. So that's one thing, another thing to consider, but you can't have all of them. 40% from those highs, but from the lows, 5%. Yeah, not much. So it's like a hedge against BTC, dollar, got some ETH. It looks good. It's a nice, well-rounded portfolio. Carver having a hard time. Lower highs, lower lows, meaning down. IOTA having a hard time. Lower lows, lower highs, and just first signs of lower lows. Injective, some spikes. Bit hard to tell. It's back in this region, back on the 50% level. No exact signs yet. Icon, yeah, heading back. Definitely not a project I want to keep holding longer term. Kasama, $500 was at 600. Look at the volume on that through the push. Let's hope it holds these higher levels. Kasama BTC, it must have skyrocketed. Yeah, it did. 8, nearly doubled from just that, just a week ago, basically doubled. We want to see a Bitcoin dump, but we don't want it to dump too far. You know, it's got to be healthy. It can't be overbalanced to time and price because then that is a bear market. Bitcoin, we have 40,125. So we haven't seen a 30K Bitcoin just yet. I would love to see that on the stream, but I can't push Bitcoin any further than it currently is. Yeah, 40,100, essentially a 40,000 Bitcoin. Remember this key level for bullish momentum. We did not get there, and unfortunately, we've seen major downsides. A big thing to note here, which is what I talk about with the Investor Accelerator crew, is the measuring of ranges. Is the range extending? Yes, it is now extending. The video yesterday or Monday or Tuesday was looking at Bitcoin as this potentially being an intermediate low on the 17th of May. So it must have been on Monday because we saw good volume into that day and it almost hit 100%. So 100%, and it's a balanced range. That's a good thing. An overbalanced range now is what we currently see because we've done more than 100% of this run here, which just means it's more bearish than it is bullish in this zone, in this short to medium term time frame. Longer term time frame stuff is more the weekly, the monthly. We've seen 2 weeks down, 2 weeks up, 2 weeks down. We have seen 2 weeks down before, so we're not overbalanced yet. Next week we need to push into this 38, 39. I like that for a buy, fresh money. We need a bounce next week. Otherwise, we might be over balanced in time, in price and in time. That's not a good sign. And then a breakdown of the 50%. Then they are major signs, okay? That's GAN. That's GAN theory as well. If you want to learn more about that, big time. 39K. Major signs if they are to happen. Overbalance in time, overbalance in price, breakdown of a 50% zone. We're not there yet, but we are teetering on the edge of that. No, I'm on live stream. Oh, all right. I'll have to get off in a sec. Well, I got someone here. I have to go. just as we're pumping up 2K, 2,000 online, guys. All right, like the video up, share it with your mates. I've talked many times about the major signs to look at. Don't go anywhere yet. You guys are dropping off the line. The major signs that we're looking at. Make sure you go through and look at those on the chart. Follow them, track them, subscribe, bell notification icon, because I will go live again. You've seen, even we get through all of the BS on the live streams with the internet, with YouTube. We get through it and we're here. So we're going to be looking at those. Tell your mum you're busy. No, that was Beth with the baby, and I've got a tradie here to look at a few things in the office. So sound, it's actually the sound. I'm going to get the sound all fixed up in here. That's what we're doing now. Yeah, I'm past that. So that's what we're looking at. Subscribe to the newsletter down below. The Investor Accelerator link is down below as well. You can join up to that. Otherwise, hit that newsletter. Twitter, Instagram. I'll see you guys over there later on. Maybe we go live again tonight. We get a massive, big breakdown. So, yeah, just make sure you guys are following along. I'll see you at the next one. Jason, don't leave us. I have to go. I got to go and eat some lunch too. So, yeah, make sure you're subscribing. Bell notification icon. I'm having too much fun now. I'll let you guys take off. Enjoy your evenings and your days. Until next time, have more fun to get more done. Peace out, guys.